Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and no, you didn't turn into the wrong channel. Definitely we haven't started cooking anything yet, so this is still very much high tech investment and high tech stuff. We are talking about the new beta testing of the spaghetti trading EA from EXPERT4X, and we're just going to give you a bit of a heads up, a bit of briefing on how far we've gotten so far, and also show you some of the settings, some of the robots ins and outs, and some of the results that we have up until now. So, but before we do that, just want to remind you here again that EXPERT4X has been looking for beta testers. You can still come in also if that is what you want and you want to be part of a bigger team of both experienced traders and basically novices here. But Alex has been looking for beta testers for quite a while now. The only thing that you have to do is to become a premium forum member for EXPERT4X. And we can leave a couple of links in the description below if you want to have a closer look at it, or go to our website. There is plenty of links to Alex and his EAs there too. Now, the last video that Alex made, which was just before the beta test itself started, he did some backtesting on it and seems to have quite a high success rate of up to 80%. And he also made some tests with it, saying very easy strategies, and on top of this 1600% in 1 year, and that was a backtest. Obviously backtest is always nice, it's great to have a look at, but us that live in the real world, we all know that, including Alex of course, and that's why he has invited a lot of traders beta testing this new EA. So let's have a closer look at it and see exactly what it contains. Now with this particular EA, we have to use the MT5 platform. EXPERT4X normally always uses the MT4, but because the spaghetti indicator is actually trading up to 28 different currency pairs, then that means that we need a bit of a different EA to test all this. So the setup itself, when you go into the strategy tester, it's going to look something like this. You can see we have loaded the spaghetti trader at the moment, so obviously still the beta 1. And then what you do is basically you choose one of the symbols that the spaghetti trader does, and that one of them is the Euro USD. You then select the hours that you want to do. So you can do 4 hours, 1 hour, 15 minutes. You can do different time frames. At the moment, those three are the ones that we are currently testing. And then you can choose the custom date. And again, we're not interested at this point in time of looking at an entire year. We are basically looking at trying to understand and test so the robot itself just over a short period of time. And why exactly this particular period? Well, everything on our trading that we can see on some of our other robots picked up around the 1st of September. It did very, very well. And then also we have included Christmas, which is a bit on the slow side. And then obviously now that the trading has picked up after New Year's, we can see there's about at least 3 different trading periods in here that we can then test it with, and over a short period of just these 4 months. So that's the reason why we have chosen this one. Then a very important thing that already came out very early on, we couldn't really test it, is the modeling part here. And the robot itself is set up from EA factory side that we have to use the 1 minute OHLC, and anything else from that you won't really get the tester to run here. So very important parts. Deposit, we're always testing with 10,000, so that's why we have left it at that. The leverage here is 1 to 500. You can do it 1 to 200, whatever it is you want, of course. And then we have set up just for the fast genetic based algorithm. So that works quite well for us. We just want to have some results in to figure out what the different settings are doing and what how much a jump from one to another setting is there in it. Now the testing itself of the robot, obviously there is some settings in here. There's the RSI period indicator that you have to set up. So that is the major part of this EA. And for this particular one, we have just tested from 2 to 12. Now the stop is from 2 to 20. We are slowly but surely expanding our test areas here. The indicator trigger zone also, when is it gonna come in? So that basically means how good the signals are. At the moment, again, We are using increments of 5. Later on we might go down to 2, but this is all just to learn and play around with the EA in order to see exactly what are the results, what are the changes, what does it mean if we go 5 up and down, so on and so on. And then we have the 2 other yellow ones, the take profit and the stop loss, obviously very, very important to test. Again, we've been testing with increments of 5 or 10, and here it's set up for 10. Again, we haven't changed any lot size. The lot size is actually not indicated, but it's just trading 0.1 at the moment. Later on, when we know a bit more about it, that's where the profits and the lot sizing will be interesting for us. Right now, we simply just want to understand the EA. What are the issues with it? Because yes, it is a beta test and we need to try and find out what works, what doesn't. And then spaghetti closure here also. We are not going to go into detail exactly what that does. We'll do that for other videos in the future, but we also can test that. Basically, it can close on the stop loss or take profit, or when the 2 spaghetti indicators here meet again, it will close off. So there's not really much in this EA that you have to test, especially when it comes to the MT5 platform. You can do that fairly quickly. It's a lot faster than on the MT4 because it's using the entire processor, and that's also why we had some issues, because we normally spend a bit of our VPS and CPU time on the same platform as where we have some live trading. But if you do that on the MT5 platform here, it basically slows all the trading down, which is obviously not very good for us. So we are trying to set up some extra test rounds that we can do just for this particular robot. Now in here there's also a second test. So once you have basically set up your European US dollars and you have some settings that you can use, then you can go in and test them up against all 28 currency pairs, which is also something quite unique just for the MT5 platform. MT4 do not have this. And you can then choose the symbols, all market watch symbols. Again, choose your different settings if you're testing this on 15, 1 hour or 4 hours, of course. And also here you can see the optimization. It will tell you again all symbols selected in the market watch. And the market watch is basically what you have on the MT4 platform when you set the EA up. It needs to know exactly that you can cover all of these. And that brings us to one of the next issues here. So the market watch looks like this. You have it on the side of the screen and you have 28 different currency pairs that runs. Now we normally use IG demo accounts and we set that up, and we had everything set up for 15, 1 hour and 4 hours. And we actually bumped into an issue here. So where we can see the New Zealand cat is not part of the market much. It's not one that you can actually trade with IG. So we had to come up with a different plan instead after everything was set up, so which was a bit unfortunate. But that's all about the beta testing again. We do expect, because we have gotten feedback and we have that within the premium forum itself, and we also discussed it with EA Factory here, that there might be some deselections of currencies in the future. So you don't have to change your broker if you like the one you have and the way it operates. Then hopefully we will see that in the time to come. So this is quite important, but it's all these currencies that you see here that is trading at the same time. Obviously it's great stuff, because again, different currencies up against each other, there's a bigger chance of you having a good mix of all the currencies. So if 1 or 2 is trending and the robot is not really working on this, then hopefully all the other ones will make it up. But this is still early days, and the first test we have done, you will see in here. This is on a 4-hour time frame. So what we've done here is we have set it up for the Euro USD, and then after that, those settings, we have tested them on the 28 different currency pairs. And you see all the currency pairs on the side here. Their profit is here, and the lowest one, I know there's a lot of numbers in here. The lowest one here is $925, and it goes all the way up to $1,224. All of them seems to be in nice plus. You can see a lot of trades, more than 200, every single one. within that period of time of the 2 months that we selected here before, so 1st of September until 26th. So I believe it was. So the top left part will basically be where the EA is running and basically trading all of it from just one window. So you only load the EA to one particular window. And the rest of them is basically trades. So I just open them up. You can see there's 3 trades it has taken. The first one was actually a winner, and that is this one here for the European cat. And then the next 2, unfortunately, has gone into minus, both of them. And we're not going to go into more details right now on how exactly that works, because again, only 3 trades. It's a bit early to start analyzing anything. So when you only have so little information. Now, if you look at the time frame here for the second one, then the whole idea again is you have all your symbols on the side, and then you can see the profit results down here, and they are actually a bit lower on the 1 hour one. So it started at 294 and goes all the way up to 690, and you have to remember that you put all these different numbers into one pile, and that is the profit for the 4 months that we are testing. So it doesn't look too bad. So on the 4 hour one, it was more than almost an average of $1,000 times 28, so 28,000, which is definitely good for 4 months. And if you are trading it on a $10,000 account, that is certainly something. Funny enough, 1 hour is a bit on the low side, as we can see here. But this again might be the way we are testing things and using the robot, maybe not optimum. The last one we have here is the 50-minute time frame. We also have tested. Again, you have all the different currency pairs on the side here. And again, a very low profit compared to the 4 hour one. Starts off at 254 and goes up to 491. But they all look fairly profitable and fairly stable. And again, that is always what we are looking for in a robot. We don't necessarily want a robot where we become millionaire overnight. It will be great, but we do not think that such a robot exists. So the whole idea is to get some good, stable profits. And if we can get also up to having a positive trade on more than 80% from all these trades that you see here, that will be absolutely terrific. So, but again, very, very early days. We're not the only Premium Forum member that are currently testing. We have a lot of different people testing different things. That's the whole idea. And we also normally find a few people that are testing or trying the EA in a completely different way than maybe even Alex and EXPERT4X would have imagined. So as you can see, there is plenty of information already there now. Again, it is still very, very early days, so we'll continue to test a lot more in the future. And normally this is the time where we tell you, well, just go on our website and you will find all the links. You can follow every single one of our trades. But that is not really the case. We spend quite a lot of time on this beta testing, trying to get it to work. And when we had all the accounts up and running, then again, as you saw with the IG, then we couldn't get them to work. Then we have to find another broker that can also do the testing for us that we want, so that at least it matches what we have elsewhere. We are doing that at the moment. We have one up and running. As you could see, it has taken 3 trades, but obviously we want to test it both on the 4 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes at least, and maybe even more. But all these things, they do take time. They take a lot of computer power. So we will continue to develop this. We'll keep you updated on how this goes and also the changes that might come out of this beta testing itself, because we know that Alex will listen to what all the traders have to say, if it actually makes sense and if it can be implemented on the different EAs. That is the great part of being part of the Premium Forum, where you have your say in it. If there's something you feel is not looking right, you want something changed, that can happen, obviously within reason. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and a like, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.